This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard, watching the Grunion Pro Magi. Little kids got naked and had lots of sex. Don't even waste your time.
Hello, welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 75. My name is Adam. Today we're joined by Kevin. How are you, Kevin?
I'm slowly getting sucked into research here. I gotta pull myself out.
Yeah, that'll happen. Ryan, how are you?
I'm good.
Doing good? What movie do we have you see this week?
Dead Silence.
Dead Silence. Picked this in honor of The Conjuring coming out this week. We do have a synopsis here. A widower returns to his hometown to search for answers to his wife's murder, which may be linked to the ghost of a murdered ventriloquist. This is directed by James Wan, written and directed by James Wan, and Lee Whannell, the other guy from Saw, the Saw movie.
Ooh.
Do have a trailer here, so let's give this a listen. This is Dead Silence.
There's an old ghost story around here about a woman named Mary Shaw.
The ventriloquist who lost her voice. Back when I was a boy, the little boy went missing.
There was only ever one suspect, Mary Shaw.
She was murdered.
The men cut out her tongue.
And this town has been plagued by death ever since. Families found without their tongues.
She was buried with her doll collection.
The children, as she called them.
Somebody dug them up. All 100 of them.
They came back. They didn't stay dead.
She's here.
Okay. This came out in 2007, and it stars Ryan Quanten, who you probably know from True Blood. What's his name in True Blood?
What do you have to ask me that?
Because I've seen almost every episode of that show, and for some reason the name just
Jason Stackhouse.
Jason Stackhouse.
Yeah.
Yes, got it. Yeah, he's Jason. Donnie Wahlberg's in it. A couple other people.
It's not Wahlberg.
Ryan, what did you think of Dead Silence?
It was about dolls. So it was creepy. But other than that, it tried to be scary and funny.
Mm-hmm.
And it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Basically, True Blood's wife dies, and the cops think that he killed her, and he is on this little hunt and finds out that there's a woman that was a ventriloquist, and when his great uncle was a little kid, he made fun of her when she was on stage, and apparently his family is cursed for that. So she has to kill everyone with any relation to him. And the cop played by Donnie Wahlberg, he goes and they try to figure out that he didn't kill her, that it was the ghost lady. And in the end, everyone dies. And they find out that it was the stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It doesn't matter, Kevin. It was terrible.
No. Let's start from the beginning again. I'm completely confused.
It was Jason Stackhouse's stepmom that turned out to be the killer.
Yeah.
Why?
They don't really. I don't think they go into detail about that.
Okay.
There's a reason,
Apparently,
but I don't remember what it is.
Is it
Yeah, I
some
think she
sort of
was
motive?
related to this ventriloquist or something.
Yeah, like it
Uh,
was her grandma or some shit.
Okay.
Her mom, maybe. I don't remember. I remember when I saw this movie, I haven't seen it since when it came out, and I remember liking it up until the end when the shit started getting really crazy. And I remember, like, by that point, I was just like, all right. And I remember that a lot of the dialogue was pretty poor. Like Ryan said, they try to inject comedy in it. It doesn't really work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there was some pretty bad CG in this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was. But I do remember there were a couple creepy moments in it.
yeah. But for the most part, it was so terrible that outweighed all the creepy
Yeah, this got
thing.
a 21% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it
Wow.
was pretty much not liked by most critics.
Wonder if Rex Reed liked it.
I don't know. Something tells me he didn't, but I don't know.
I wonder if he finished it.
Yeah, if he finished it before his review.
I'm looking it up right now.
All I know is it would suck to get married to somebody and then find out that they're cursed, and then that curse,
Yeah, I
that curse
feel like
transfers to you.
that would be a deal
I
breaker.
think it would be a deal breaker. But the shitty thing is, he didn't even know. I don't
Yeah,
think-
you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know until it's too late.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's not something that comes up within like the first 3 dates. Oh, hey, by the way, I have a curse.
By the way, I'm cursed.
Just throwing that out there. I like to be completely honest.
This
You want
does.
to into
This-
this relationship, I have a curse.
This is the third or fourth time, the third or fourth instance that I've seen that guy from True Blood, and I believe he's English,
No.
Australian.
Yeah.
Well, his accent every time I've seen him, it sounds different.
Okay, they call that acting.
Yeah.
But continue.
I mean, you
Continue.
can tell that he's trying to cover it up.
Well, I didn't
So,
know. Okay.
so you're making it sound like he doesn't do a good job of covering up. Is that what you're trying to say?
Not in this.
Not in this.
In True Blood, I guess because the southern accent more matches a Australian accent, but I don't know.
Well, this came out before True Blood started. So when I saw this, I had no idea who he was. And then when True Blood came out, I didn't like put two and two together. Like I didn't realize that he was the main guy in this until I went back and started looking at this for the show. So I didn't even realize that it was the same guy. But then a couple years ago, he was in a movie called I think it was called Red Hill, which was an Australian horror movie, and that was really the first time that I realized that he's from Australia. That was pretty good, though. By the way, Red Hill.
I remember wanting to see Red Hill.
It's not really. It doesn't start out like a typical horror movie, but it starts to head that direction. But it's still pretty interesting. And he's the main character in that as well. I guess we can talk about James Wan. I actually like James Wan. I know, Kevin, you probably hate everything about his career.
Pretty much.
I did like Saw, the first Saw. The Dead Silence, honestly, I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was a good movie, but until the end really made me hate it. But
I guess I should say I've only seen one of his films. So I guess it's not fair of me to say that I hate him completely. I hate that one film that he made.
Insidious.
Yes. Laugh Riot.
He also did Death Sentence, which was with Kevin Bacon. And I remember being pretty excited for this movie. It's sort of like a revenge flick, but it turned out to be really bad.
That's surprising.
And he's going to be doing the new Fast and Furious.
Oh my God, his career is taking off.
It will. I think it'll be a success if he implements the saw traps in Fast and Furious 7.
Makes him car related.
I think it would be kind of interesting if they made it a horror movie.
It would be. I would like that.
Because all he's done is horror movies. This will be
Yeah.
his first non-horror movie. So I think it'd be funny if he was just like, you know what, we're gonna
Screw it.
take
It's a
this
horror
in,
movie.
Yeah, we're gonna take this in a different direction.
They have to constantly keep coming to the set and telling him, this is not a horror movie, James. Knock it off. It's the only thing
We
I know
don't
how to
need
make.
that much blood.
It's just gonna be like 90-some minutes of Vin Diesel being tortured.
And put him in one of those bear trap things.
It's good. It's
Hope
gonna be a
we get-
mixture of speed and bear traps.
Yes.
I hope it explodes at the end.
Oh yeah, nothing but
Everybody
explosions.
hopes. Everybody hopes the bear trap explodes at the end.
Exploding bear traps with a speed concept.
So
I would
overall,
watch that.
overall, Ryan, you were not too into Dead Silence. Were there any moments that you found to be scary or creepy?
Whenever they showed, like, in one scene they show 101 dolls, like, sitting, like, on shelves in a case,
Mhm.
glass case. That creeped me out.
Dolls are creepy. And let's
But, like, any of the, like, when the guy's wife dies, or all that didn't really do anything for me.
I also find old people to be creepy.
Mhm.
Yes. And old people dolls are the worst.
Oh yeah, old people dolls.
I
Yeah.
remember the doll that used to be at your house, Adam?
What was that?
Or no, what or was it not? It was just like a dress for a
Oh,
doll.
it was a yes.
The doll dress.
I remember that.
Yeah, it can creep me the fuck out.
That was from like my
It was like really old too.
great aunt or something.
Yeah.
And we didn't have anywhere to put it, so we just hung it.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, that was really creepy. I remember that.
It seems like James Wan has a thing for puppets and such. They seem to pop up in all of his movies.
Yeah, I think that's like one of his little running things. Because I don't know if you spotted it, Ryan, but the Saw puppet was in this movie.
Yes.
I think that he puts the Saw puppet in a lot of his movies. You know, it's
Because
like
he has nothing else.
little Easter egg. Yeah, fun little Easter egg.
Just to remind you, hey, remember I did Saw. Please like this.
I don't know if it's gonna pop up in The Conjuring. We'll have to see.
Probably. I hope it's in Fast and Furious 7.
That would be. I hope so. It's just sitting in the back seat.
It's buckled in.
One thing that I never really got about this movie is why would you make your dolls look that creepy? You know, like back when she was a working ventriloquist. Like, why deliberately make your dolls look scary and creepy?
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
she was old, creepy.
You're
She
just-
wanted to make her dolls look like herself.
True. But I mean, that's just setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, I mean, how are you gonna
Who
get
wants to go
worse?
see who wants to go see a ventriloquist with creepy ass dolls?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Because usually only really, I mean, kids are the ones that go to those types of shows.
She
You
needed
know,
to. She needed to
scare the shit out
consult.
of kids.
She needed to consult Jeff Dunham.
Oh yeah.
He'd straighten it out.
I wish this movie it was Jeff Dunham
Yeah.
was the ghost.
Oh, the other thing is that the whole thing is you can't scream. That's like another element that they added where if you scream, that's when she gets you. So you have to stay quiet the whole time.
And she'll rip out your tongue if you scream.
Yeah.
This sounds like I almost want to watch this to see if it's worse than Insidious because it sounds worse than
It is
Insidious.
worse.
Yeah, I liked Insidious.
I liked Insidious.
Well,
I do,
you guys
yeah.
shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. It was
That
awful.
movie terrified me. This movie did not. I mean, maybe if I saw dolls for an hour and a half, non-stop creepy ass dolls, I'd be scared.
I'm gonna mail you a doll. And
That's
like
actually exactly what
I
happened.
I know, I know. I'm gonna hand make the creepiest doll ever.
I think I
And
would
within
probably
like 2 years,
piss
after you forget about this, in like 2 years, I'm gonna mail it to you. And honestly,
I should have waited to have you watch this because the new Chucky movie, Curse of Chucky's coming out soon. Should have gave this to you for that. I'll probably give you a Chucky movie though, because the later ones are pretty bad.
well, yeah, a lot of them. How many are there?
There's
There's probably too many.
there's
That's all I know.
5 of them. There's Child's Play 1, 2, and 3, and then there's Bride of Chucky and then Seed of Chucky. The last 2 were the ones that got really out there. Those were the ones that kind of they made it into a comedy of sorts. There's the one with John Waters was in one of them, and Redman was in
Yeah.
Seed of Chucky, I think.
Eh.
One of them. They were fun. All right, let's go ahead and give you your drum roll, Ryan. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you give Dead Silence?
5.
5 out of 10 on Dead Silence.
Well,
What do you think of The Conjuring?
I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for The Conjuring.
it's gonna suck. Just a heads up.
If it's like a punch on the face.
Dude, it's James Wan directing. It's written by the
No.
Hayes brothers, which, come on, the last movie they did was Whiteout with Kate Beckinsale. You kidding me? House of Wax,
Yeah, those were pretty bad.
Baywatch Nights.
Yeah.
That was a
Okay.
good
All right.
goddamn
They've just redeemed
film.
themselves.
It's, I'm sorry, it's gonna be awful.
Currently 87% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow, let's just hold
That'll-
off here.
Of course, that'll go down. But
Yeah, it's gonna be awful.
I'm actually pretty excited for it. So I think it looks pretty creepy.
I'm excited. I'd like to go see it.
So you're still into James Wan, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
Based on, I'm guessing, just Saw and Insidious.
yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm in the same boat. The thing about it is, what happens is these filmmakers will make a movie, and it'll be like kind of a sleeper hit, and it'll be widely popular, make tons of money compared to the budget, and then after that comes out, there's going to be tens of copycats, and it's going to completely destroy the first one. Like, for instance, with Saw, people just disregard Saw as being complete garbage because of the 6 sequels that came out after the first one.
Yeah.
And all the other, and that's not even including all the other, torture porn.
Yeah. All the ripoffs.
Yeah. But, that's just, I guess, how it goes. Same with Blair Witch or even Paranormal Activity.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How many sequels to Blair Witch are there?
Just one. Just Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows.
Book Shadows.
All right, any other final thoughts, Ryan?
No.
All right. Well, I guess that wraps it up. For all the latest film news and reviews, visit us at filmpulse.net. Send us an email at feedback@filmpulse.net. Follow us on Twitter at filmpulse.net, and be sure to rate us on iTunes. We appreciate that very much. For filmpulse.net, my name is Adam.
And I'm Kevin.
And I'm Ryan.
And we will see you on Monday.
See you later.
Yes. 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 That was amazing. I loved it.
Oh,
Yeah, like a resumption of DNA synthesis upon triplets dismantling would then lead to repeat expansions or contractions.
duh.
God damn it, get it together, Ryan.